Hi guys, and welcome to another unboxing and first impressions. And by the box you can see that we're unboxing the latest release from NOVE. I already featured a couple of their models on my channel, and the one that struck me the most was the Trident Diver because of their weird way of exposing the bezel mechanism clicks. It was an amazing looking watch, and it was actually the thinnest 200 meter water resistant watch in the world. And I'll put a link to that video somewhere here, and I'm probably put in a clip of that watch so you can see how it looks. But I had certain reservations about that watch because it was mostly a fashion watch, and I actually emailed NOVE telling them, if you want to cater to more watch people who are into watches, you're gonna have to make some changes. And this second generation addressed almost all of the changes that I said. So let's open it and see how it looks. And I can't believe they actually did it, but they kind of responded to my criticism. I don't know if it was because of my email or because of the way they just wanted to change the model. So let's move away the box, and this one is all black. So let's check it out. It's still pretty slim, but it's no longer the thinnest 200 meter water resistant watch. It does have this beautiful domed sapphire on top and on the bottom, just like their Modena that I also reviewed. And I love that thing because it makes the movement look like some kind of a city under a dome. Pretty cool. So what have they changed? Well, first of all, that first generation was quartz powered, and this one is a mechanical automatic. And that's one of the things that I wrote in that email. I also told them you cannot put lume on the hands and not put lume on the markers. They also fixed that. And that model also was missing the seconds hand, which was pretty understandable since they were going for the thinnest watch. But on this, they finally added a seconds hand with a lumed pip. So pretty much a true diver watch. The only issue they didn't correct, which I also addressed in the email, I told them they should add at least some kind of lumed pip on the bezel, or at least paint these double zeros with some kind of lume, and that would make a true dive watch, because this is still 200 meter water resistant. It comes with a screw-in crown, and the rest of the watch is pretty much the same as the last generation. The bracelet is the same, so solid links, solid end links, and this beautiful butterfly clasp that has a male and female end. So pretty awesome. The shape is very original. It's the same as the last Trident, and this is that wacky mechanism. As you can see the springs that are actually locking it in place, also to make it as thin as possible. And look, when you turn it, you can actually see the springs cutting into these teeth or getting caught on the teeth. Pretty awesome. Oh, there we go. And that's one thing that I love about micro brands and small brands, because when you criticize something, they actually listen to you and they try to improve their product. And I'm so glad they actually did all the changes, almost all the changes that I asked them to do, with only the lumed bezel pip missing. But even like so, without this, it's a huge improvement over the last generation. It also comes with a mother of pearl dial, and as you can see, and it's powered by the Ronda R150, which seems to be powering most of NOVE's mechanical watches. The Ronda R150 was designed as a competition to the ETA and Sellita, but unlike the Sellita, which is pretty much a clone of the ETA 2824, this is a movement that's been designed from the ground up by Ronda, so it has no similarities with the ETA or the Sellita except for the specs. So you get the same 28,800 bph beat rate, you get hacking, hand winding, and I believe the power reserve is also pretty similar to the ETA. All in all, a pretty interesting movement that we don't see that much in micro brands, but they're slowly starting to creep in, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing more and more watches with this movement. This sapphire crystal with the dome on the top and the bottom is really like the selling point of this watch, next to the exposed bezel mechanism. I really liked that quartz version because it was so wacky and so original, and with this one where they fixed almost all of the negatives that I mentioned about that watch, this is a true step up. Now, naturally the price has also jumped. While that one was, I believe, like $350, this one goes between $670 and $690 depending on the case color variant and the dial variant. So it is a pretty high jump in price, but remember, that was just a quartz one. This comes with an automatic movement, a Swiss made automatic movement, so it was expected for the price to go up. So if you're in the market for something really original that definitely cannot be called a sub-clone or clone of anything other that exists in this market, make sure to check them out. Now, this is just the unboxing and first impression, so I will be doing a full and detailed review once I spend some time with the watch with macro shots to see how everything is finished. But as I remember, that quartz version had those like half balls as the hour markers, and they were polished pretty well. Also, the hands were finished very well, so I expect this to be in the same league. Okay, so now let's put it under the lamp to charge the lume to see have they improved the lume, and also do a wrist shot, and then we're gonna call it a day. Okay, with the lume charged, let's zoom in a bit, let the camera focus, and turn off the lights to see if this lume is an improvement. And there we go. The lume on the hands is actually pretty visible, especially to the naked eye, but the lume on the markers, well, it could be better. When I look at it via my naked eye, it's okay, but on the camera, it's pretty weak. Also, it's starting to fade even in real life, but at least they tried, and it's definitely an improvement over the last generation. Okay, so let's put it on my wrist to see how it looks. It hasn't been sized, so please bear that in mind. I'm just gonna hold the bracelet. It is a large watch, and especially since it's so thin, it wears like a pan, but it's pretty original and pretty cool. As you can see, the lug-to-lug doesn't overhang my wrist because the bracelet is completely, the end link is completely articulating. It can go all the way down, so it's actually okay. And here's the thickness or the lack of. Although officially this watch is 13 point something millimeters, you have to understand that most of that thickness comes from the double domed crystal on the top and on the bottom. So it actually wears like something that's under 10 millimeters thick, because the case itself with the movement is very thin. Very cool. Anyways, that's it when it comes to this unboxing and first impressions. Again, I'm so happy that NOVE listened, and I really hope that this watch becomes a bigger success than the previous generation, and that people who are into watches check them out. That's it, so I'll see you in the next one. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, and bye.